Hi students, this is A. Mandri Kumar Rajesh. In this video, we are going to discuss a topic called Bryophytes. What is called Bryophytes? Actually, Bryophyte is derived from the term Bryophyte, derived from the language Greek. In Greek, Bryon means moss. Bryon means moss. Python means plant. Python means plant. What is called moss? Moss can be defined as a green plant without a flower and they lack true roots. So, bryophyte அப்படிங்கிற term எங்க இருந்து derive ஆயிருக்கு from the Greek language. Bryon என்னன்னு சொல்றாங்க moss அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. அப்போ mossனா என்ன? A green plant. So, ஒரு பச்சை நிறத்துல இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு தாவரம். அதுல என்ன இருக்காது? பூக்கள் இருக்காது. Then they lack true roots. அது உண்மையான வேர்கள் இருக்காது. Then python அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Plant தாவரம் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். சரிங்களா? So the term bryophyte derived from the Greek language. Then it is a division of kingdom Plantae. It is a division of kingdom Plantae. So it belongs to the kingdom Plantae. Comprises of mosses, hornworts and liverworts. So mosses, hornworts and liverworts are collectively called as bryophytes. Collectively called as bryophytes. அப்படின்னா என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த liverworts, hornworts and mosses இது எல்லாம் சேர்ந்ததுதான் நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்றோம் bryophytes னு சொல்றோம். சரிங்களா? liverworts, hornworts and mosses இது எல்லாத்தையும் சேர்ந்ததுதான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம் bryophytes அப்படின்ட்டு சொல்றோம். Then liverworts are primitive type of bryophytes. They are pioneer in bryophytes. So first form bryophytes என்னவா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா liverworts. So they are primitive. அதனால தான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம் primitive. ஏர்லியரா டெவலப் ஆன bryophyte நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம் liverworts னு சொல்றோம். சரிங்களா? Then advanced type of bryophyte என்ன அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா mosses. Advanced type of bryophyte னா எது நம்ம சொல்லுவோம் mosses அப்படினு சொல்லுவோம். சரிங்களா? Then it is simplest and most primitive land plant. Most primitive land plants groups descended from alga like ancestors. So they are tell us the bryophytes are evolved from algae. Evolved from algae. They have and they are mentioned primitive land plant. Primitive land plant. So the algae are predominantly aquatic in nature, while in the case of bryophytes, they can live in terrestrial environment. They can live in terrestrial environment. So that is why they are tell us, the scientists or tell us, bryophytes are evolved from algae, and they have given some evidence also that in advanced type of algae like a macroalgae develop heterotrichous habitat. Heterotrichous means nothing but, so it is a type of bryophyte. It shows two portion. It shows two portion. So this portion is called this prostrate portion. Prostrate portion means horizontal. கிடைமட்டமாக இருக்கும். சரிங்களா? இந்த bryophyte எப்படி இருக்கு? கிடைமட்டமாக இருக்கு. It's a flat horizontal கிடைமட்டமா இருக்கு. Then you can see this portion is called this erect portion. This portion is called as erect portion or a straight portion. So this type of habitat, this type of habit is called as heterotrichous habit. Heterotrichous habit. It shows prostrate portion and erect portion, and that condition is called as heterotrichous habit. Then they are able to develop parenchymatous tissues. That algae are able to develop parenchymatous tissue. In macroalgae, they are able to produce parenchymatous tissues, and it shows dichotomous branches. It shows dichotomous branches. You can find two leaf-like structure. So this structure is called this dichotomous branch. Dichotomous branch. So with this evidence or with this information, we can conclude the bryophytes are evolved from the algae. Then the bryophytes can live in both terrestrial and aquatic environment. In bryophytes, The sexual reproduction takes place with the help of water. So without water, fertilization is not possible. So bryophyte requires water to complete their life cycle. Without water, the bryophyte life cycle is incomplete. That is why they are called as amphibian of plant kingdom. So bryophyte க்கு என்ன கண்டிப்பா தேவை? வாட்டர் தேவை. எதுக்காக? For fertilization. Fertilization நடக்கணும், அதுக்கு என்ன தேவை? வாட்டர் தேவை. Because the antheridium releases the male gamete and it swims and it reaches the archegonium, female reproductive structure, and it fuses with female gamete, results in fertilization. So without water, fertilization is not possible. So bryophytes can live in terrestrial environment and aquatic environment. Without water, their life cycle is incomplete. That is why they are tell us amphibians of plant kingdom. They are called as amphibian of plant kingdom. அதனால நம்ம அதை என்ன சொல்றோம்? Amphibians of plant kingdom அப்படின்ட்டு சொல்றோம். So it is the simplest and most primitive land plant groups descended from alga-like ancestors. Then they are embryophytes. They are embryophytes. Algae lack embryos because fertilization takes place in algae externally. The male reproductive structure, that is the antheridium, releases anthrozoites and oogonium releases the egg or the female gamete. They are released in the water current, and the fusion of gametes takes place externally and results in the formation of zygote. என்ன நடக்கும்? Zygote form ஆகும், and they are that zygote directly develop into a new young one. So zygote form ஆன திருப்பி என்ன ஆயிடும்? டைரக்டா ஒரு new young one form ஆயிடும். There is no possible for the production of embryo. இப்போ அங்க சான்ஸ் இல்ல embryo develop ஆகுது. There is no chance for development of embryo. While in the case of bryophytes, என்ன நடக்குது? Anthrozoites reaches, because it contains flagella, so it can swim in the water current and it can reaches the archegonium. எங்க போகுது? archegonium குள்ள என்ன ஆகுது? reach ஆகுது, and it fuses with the female gamete. So அதனால என்ன பண்ண முடியுது? அதால embryos produce பண்ண முடியுது. So they are embryophytes. Algae lack embryos, while in the case of bryophytes, they contains embryo. Bryophytes can grow in moist and shady places. So bryophytes எங்க வாழ முடியும்? moist, wet areas, கொஞ்சம் ஈரப்பதமான ஏரியால அதெல்லாம் நல்லா என்ன பண்ண முடியும்? flourish, நல்லா வளர முடியும். They lack vascular tissues and hence called non-vascular cryptogams. So bryophytes lack vascular tissue. Vascular tissue means xylem and phloem. So they do not have xylem and phloem. So they do not have conducting tissues. That is why they have mentioned non-vascular cryptogams. So cryptogams means the plants are not able to produce flower. They hidden their sexual character. They can reproduce by only spores. We are not able to see the sexual characters of the plant with our naked eye. அந்த பிளான்ட் தான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? cryptogams னு சொல்லுவோம். அதால என்ன பண்ண முடியாது? sexual character எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. அது எப்படி தான் reproduce பண்ணும்? by spores. நம்மளோட சாதாரண கண்களால அதை என்ன பண்ண முடியாது? அந்த sexual characters நம்மளால observe பண்ண முடியாது. So that is why they have mentioned non-vascular cryptogams. Vascular tissues கிடையாது. Xylem and phloems are absent. Then they are also called as amphibians of plant kingdom. Let us talk about general characteristic features of bryophytes. The first point tells us the plant body of bryophytes is gametophyte, and it is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf-like structure. So bryophyte oda plant body என்னவா இருக்குங்க? main dominant gametophyte. Then the gametophytic plant body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf-like structure. So it resembles thallophytes. Thallophytes na enna? The plant body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf. So For example, algae. Algae நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியாது, இது root, இது leaf, இது stem நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியாது, variation பண்ண முடியாது. So bryophyte resembles the algae, resembles thallophytes. Then most of them are primitive land dwellers. So they are terrestrial in nature. Most of the bryophytes are terrestrial in nature, land dwellers. Some of them are aquatic. Example, Rhelia, Rhizocarpus. The gametophytic phase is conspicuous. The gametophyte is conspicuous. That means conspicuous அப்படினா என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, the gametophyte வந்து clear-ஆ தெரியும், clearly visible. In bryophyte, the gametophytic phase is the dominant phase. அப்ப reduced phase என்ன அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா sporophytic phase. In bryophyte, the dominant phase is gametophytic phase. The reduced phase is the sporophytic phase. So இப்ப bryophyteல gametophyte எப்படி இருக்கு, conspicuous-ஆ இருக்கு, clearly visible-ஆ இருக்கு. Then thalloid forms are present in liverworts and hornworts. Thalloid forms என்ன? Thallus means the plant body is not differentiated into root, stem, leaf. So thalloid forms are present in liverworts and hornworts. I already mentioned liverworts are primitive type of bryophytes. So the plant body of liverworts are not differentiated into root, stem, leaf. Then in hornworts also. In hornworts also, the plant body is not differentiated into root, stem, leaf. Then in mosses, leaf-like, stem-like structures are present. Mosses are advanced type of bryophyte. Mosses are advanced type of bryophytes. So they can show leaf-like, stem-like structures. So mosses நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், advanced type. அப்ப அதுல என்ன நமக்கு தெரிய வருது, it can show leaf-like structure, stem-like structure. Then in liverworts, thallus grows prostrate on the ground and it is attached to the substratum by means of rhizoids. By means of rhizoids. So it is a structure of liverworts. It grows prostrate on the substratum. It can grow horizontally on the substratum. It has to fix its thallus on the substratum. With the help of rhizoids, the thallus are fixed to the substratum. So பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஹரிசாண்டலா என்ன இருக்கு, prostrate கிடைமட்டமாக படர்ந்து என்ன ஆகுது, bryophyte வளருது. அப்ப அந்த bryophyteோட plant bodyயை substrateத்தோட fix பண்றதுக்கு யார் ஹெல்ப் பண்றா, rhizoids. Rhizoids என்ன, root-like structures. Rhizoids are otherwise called as root-like structures, not root-like structures. There are two types of rhizoids are present. They are pecked rhizoids or tubercular rhizoids, then smooth rhizoids. ரெண்டு type of rhizoids இருக்கு, என்ன, pecked rhizoids or tubercular rhizoids. இன்னொரு rhizoid என்னது, smooth rhizoid. Then what is the function of the pecked rhizoids? It is often believed that pecked rhizoids are involved in transportation of water. So pecked rhizoids என்ன பண்ணுதான், water transportationல involve ஆகுது. While in the case of smooth rhizoids can fix the plant body on the substratum. This smooth rhizoids can fix the plant body to the substratum. So the smooth rhizoid என்ன பண்ணுது, thallus substrateத்தோட fix ஆகிறதுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுது. இன்னொரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் பண்ணுது. என்ன ஃபங்க்ஷன் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, it is a gateway for endophytic fungi. This smooth rhizoids are gateway of endophytic fungi. So இது ஒரு வழி மாதிரி இருக்கு யாருக்கு, fungi. So fungi can intrude with the help of through the smooth rhizoids. So pecked rhizoids are involved in water transportation. Smooth rhizoids can fix the thallus to the substratum and it is also act as a gateway for endophytic fungi. Then the bryophyte can reproduce vegetatively by means of adventitious buds. Example, Rhizoia. Adventitious buds means a bud can develop from apices, leaf apices, then stem apices. Other than this structure, a bud is developed and that bud is called as adventitious buds. Actually, ஒரு பட்டுங்கிறது எதுலேருந்து டெவலப் ஆகணும், ஒரு ஸ்டெம் ஆபிசஸ்லேருந்து டெவலப் ஆகணும். அதுலேருந்து வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு இடத்துலேருந்து டெவலப் ஆகுச்சு, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ரூட்லேருந்து டெவலப் ஆகுச்சு அப்படின்னா that buds are called as adventitious buds. எக்ஸாம்பிள் என்ன சொல்றாங்க, ரிக்ஷியா. டியூபர்ஸ். டியூபர்ஸ் ஆர் ஆக்சுவலி a modification of shoot. ஒரு தண்டோட ஒரு modified structure தான் இந்த டியூபர்ஸ்னு சொல்றாங்க. So that shoot stands downward to the earth and they produce tubers. So the tubers can produce a new young one. Example, Anthoceras. So the tuber என்ன ஆகுது, the modification of shoot என்ன ஆகுது, அப்படி எர்த்துக்குள்ள போகுது, போய் ஒரு structure form of that structure is called as tuber. The tuber can develop into a new young one. Example into the Anthoceras. Then brood bodies. Brood bodies are nothing but a cell or a plantlet that can develop into a new young one. Brood bodies என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு செல்லோ அல்லது ஒரு பிளான்ட்லெட்டோ, ஒரு சின்ன பிளான்ட்லெட்டோ என்னவா மாற முடியும், ஒரு நியூ யங் ஒன்னா மாற முடியும். ஸோ brood bodies are present in mosses, advanced type of bryophytes. Example, Bryophytes. Then Jembe. What is called Jembe? It is a fruiting body of Bryophytes. Fruiting body na, it can develop into a new young one. So Jembe may be a single cell or many cells. It contains single cell or many cells. Jembe are fruiting body of Bryophytes. Example, Martinsia. So that's all about today's video. The remaining points will be discussed in the next video. If you have any doubt regarding these points, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.